Hi, I'm Chris James, and you're watching The Healthy Alternative. Today, we're going to be talking about the power of OMAD.
We're missing a piece of the puzzle. You start getting healthy and you just become a better person. We need to start focusing more on the individual.
Okay, so I realized as I went through some of my old videos that I haven't really outlined certain types of fasts in their own individual videos. So today we're going to be talking about OMAD, or 1 meal a day, which is a popular form of fasting that a lot of people have adopted recently. Honestly, it's something that's been around. People have been doing for a very, very long time. It's really, really closely related to more of a natural way of eating. It's just that in the past 50 or so years, we've been made to believe that eating 3 to 6 meals a day is more natural and somehow healthier for us versus eating 1 meal per day, or even skipping an entire day, or even skipping several days when in between meals. So 1 meal a day is something that I've done a lot of. When I very first started fasting, I did an alkaline-based diet, and when I got back into the swing of eating what I eat now, which is like a 80% alkaline, 20% vegan or vegetarian diet, I would do 1 meal per day. Now, this was a very natural next step for me, just because I wasn't very hungry. And also, especially now, I'm to the point where I simply can't eat too many meals because my stomach feels really full and uncomfortable. And so I'm kind of limited by my own physiology at this point. The important thing to understand about getting healthier, losing weight, healing yourself of disease, is that your diet plays a huge role. But especially with OMAD, we're not always talking about necessarily what we're eating, but how we eat. So OMAD is exactly how it sounds. You have 1 meal per day, and that's it. Now, obviously, there's different ways you could do it, right? You could do um, you could do your meal at noon. You could do your meal at 7 o'clock at night. You could do a big meal. You could do a small meal. You could eat raw fruits and vegetables. You could eat cooked. You could go have B-dubs, pizza, whatever. So there's still different ways you can kind of perform this. So what's the correct way to perform 1 meal a day? I'm gonna make a statement, and I'm gonna do my best to be as clear as possible, because the last time I said something like this, I feel like people took it the wrong way and thought that I was promoting, uh, you know, eating toxic foods or eating a toxic diet. So here's what I say. Whatever form of OMAD makes the most sense for you is the one that you should be doing. So what does that mean? If you're early on in your health journey and you're still, eating a lot of the processed foods, and you're eating a lot of the dairy products and things like that, you're at the start. Here's what I want to tell you all. Even though you're still eating the processed foods, which are very, very bad for you, you're eating them in a much smaller quantity. Specifically, when it comes to OMAD, because you're actually extending your fasting window to like 22 to 23 hours every day, even though you're eating the toxic foods, it has a lesser effect on your body than it would if you were eating it 3, 4 to 6 times a day. So you still reap the benefits of fasting, even if you're eating the toxic foods. That's the power of 1 meal a day. You'll actually find that a lot of the fitness guys will talk about intermittent fasting, or they'll talk about OMAD. Typically, if they're not health conscious, if their goal is really just purely fitness, and they're doing it for the human growth hormone that's produced when you fast, then they'll tell you, yeah, when you have that 1 meal, you want to cram 2,000 calories in that 1 meal, or 1,500 calories or whatever in that 1 meal. So who you listen to matters. I wouldn't say that you need to cram 2,000 calories into one sitting. There's people who do it. Now, there's a caveat. If you're doing 1,500 calories or 2,000 calories of really healthy food, then while, yeah, the volume is still large, it'll be less detrimental than obviously if you're doing 2,000 calories of McDonald's. Now, with that being said, I'm not promoting that. I'm not telling people go out, do one meal a day, and then get yourself a Big Mac and some fries at the end of the night. What I'm saying is don't stretch yourself too thin, right? If you're at the beginning of your health journey and you don't even know, haven't even identified what healthy foods are, but you want to start somewhere, start with one meal a day. And then, have whatever you typically would eat as you're learning. It's going to be a challenge enough to go down to one meal a day from the 3 to 6 meals you're eating now anyway. So I'm all about gradual growth. I call this a journey because when you start a journey, you don't complete it in one day. You don't complete a journey in one step. So you take a baby step. Guess what? Instead of eating 6 meals a day, now only eat one. That's a huge step. That's not even really a baby step. That's a huge step. What I find a lot of times is people jump into these lifestyle changes as if it's like a 30-day challenge, or if it's a fad, or it's a diet. It's just something you're going to do, and then you're going to go back to what I'm talking about is a lifestyle change. So what you do is you use something like OMAD as a stepping stone to get to the eventual lifestyle change that you want, that's going to help you get the health you want and maintain it. Now, let's say you've been fasting for a while. Maybe you do 3 days, 4 days. Maybe you've done a couple 2-week fasts or whatever. And during that time, you're researching new foods. You come off your fast. You'll try a new food here or there. You're dabbling. All right. What you could do is go ahead and make the commitment to yourself that you're going to start eating. The majority of your one meal a days will be healthy foods. And, every once in a while, you won't make a big deal about it if you have something that's not the greatest in the world. But once again, we're talking about gradual steps. So if you've been doing it for a little while and you've got some recipes under your belt and you have some understanding of what healthy food is, then do the healthy food most of the time. And then just, if you go out and have a meal or whatever that is not in that healthy category, just don't beat yourself up about it, because once again, if you guys are doing one meal a day consistently, you're light years ahead of what most Americans are doing. And if you live in a different country, that's okay, because you're probably light years ahead of whatever the large populace is doing. Most of the time, we don't have a lot of great options. We don't have a lot of education about food, or we have miseducation about it. So it's gonna take you a while to transition. I've mentioned so many times before, it took me a year to transition into the diet that I'm in now, where I was just like, boom, this is comfortable. This makes sense for me. At the end of the day, I'm always telling you, I'll do what makes sense for you. That's why when I got backlash for, encouraging someone, basically what they were doing is they were transitioning away from the toxic foods. But what they would do is they would eat healthy or eat fruit for the most part. And then every once in a while, they, go off and have whatever. And I'm just like, that's fine. And not everybody, but a few people are like, man, I thought you promoted healthy food and da-da-da-da. I'm so disappointed. And I'm just like, I do. But by the same token, I work in the realm of reality, and I know human beings. And first of all, I don't want y'all putting me on a pedestal. And I certainly don't want you putting yourself on a pedestal, because all you're doing is setting yourself up for failure. If you've been eating toxic garbage crap for the past 30, 40, 50 years, and then you expect yourself to to just hit a switch and to stop eating that stuff ever again, especially when it's ingrained in pretty much every facet of our society, I think that's asking for too much. I think that it needs to be a gradual process. I think that you need to have leniency in there. I don't really believe in cheat days. I don't believe in a cheat day. But what I do believe in is if you're doing the right thing more often than not, when you have something that's not, the healthiest thing, the effects are much less detrimental. Benefits of OMAD, you're definitely going to lose weight. Okay. I know a lot of you all are interested in losing weight. That's like the big thing for a lot of people. OMAD's great for that. OMAD's also great for maintenance. So if you have been fasting for a while and maybe you've got some of the results that you want, maybe you've got the weight loss you want or whatever, maybe you've healed that disease. Now you could use OMAD to help maintain it, right? Because essentially what you're doing is you're just going back to a more natural way of eating anyway. Once again, you could use OMAD if you're new to the journey. Maybe you're just getting started and, the 3-day fast seems light years away from where you are now. Or, you think people are crazy for doing 30-day fasts. So you could do the 1 meal a day because you're eating every single day, right? The other great thing about OMAD is you don't completely separate yourself from your social settings. So one of the other big things I get a lot, people talk about, oh, well, what do you do if you have a dinner for work, or if your friends want to go out or whatever. The great thing about adopting an OMAD lifestyle is it's a little bit easier to transition into because you don't have to explain to people why you're not eating, because you are eating. So one thing that I tell people all the time, you can move that 1 meal around if you need to, right? So let's say you typically eat your 1 meal at noon, which would be maybe lunchtime for you. You're at work in lunchtime. And then, but this one particular day, you have a meeting, a dinner meeting at, 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. You could move your 1 meal to that dinner meeting. That way you're still eating. People aren't asking you, hey, why aren't you eating? Looking at you like you're crazy, right? And you still haven't broken what you decided to do, which was to do 1 meal a day. You still are just doing that 1 meal per day. So I think there's a lot of flexibility with the OMAD. Like I said, you don't have to have extreme dietary changes. So it's good at, just to get going. You will start to see detox stuff happen. Like I said, weight will come off. In addition to 1 meal a day, if you increase your water, that's a great combination for success. Stop drinking sodas and all that crap. Also, keep in mind that on OMAD, if you're doing it properly, you should not be snacking in between. We're not talking about only eating 1 meal a day, but having snacks, all day long. You're not eating anything. You're not eating anything except that 1 meal. Now, one of the things that I do suggest to people who speak to me and they're having a little bit more difficulty or whatever, you could do like fresh juice in between your meal, right? And that would be much better than actually consuming solid food, or just saying, forget it, this is too challenging, I can't do it, and giving up completely. Fresh squeezed juice is always a great option to supplement with. Helps keep you satiated, energized, etc. And then, eventually you'll find that you don't really need it. But you could eat a large meal, you could eat a small meal. It doesn't really matter. Play around with it. But I would say that if you start off eating, like, let's say you're typically eating Taco Bell and Wendy's and stuff, like that's what you eat on a regular basis. And so you decide that your 1 meal a day is going to be this meal from Taco Bell or wherever you go. I would definitely, as you're going through the process, be gradually learning new recipes. Start cooking at home. That's the next step, right? So instead of grabbing Taco Bell all the time, start cooking at home. I'm not telling you got to grab the most healthy ingredients. I'm just saying start cooking at home. That's the next step. Then after that, you've gotten used to cooking at home. You've got a schedule. Maybe you're cooking 4 to 5 times a week. Now it's time to start looking for the more healthier dishes. Learn how to truly cook. That's what I did. I learned how to truly cook to the point now where I can just come up with ideas in my head, like put stuff together, seasonings, etc. I don't need recipes anymore. But once again, it took me a while. I mean, I'm 3.5 years in now, and now I'm actually putting together a cookbook because I've learned how to cook. I enjoy cooking now. So this is just some of the benefits of adopting some of these other fasting styles. Some people might see them as lesser, but I don't. I think anything that can help you move towards your ultimate goals, whatever your health goals are, is beneficial. It's not lesser than. It's your journey. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. Some people take a year, some people take 2 years, some people do it in 6 months. It doesn't matter as long as you reach the goal. What we don't want is yo-yoing. We don't want you to be doing something and then all of a sudden, you get bored of it, or if it becomes too much, or it impedes in your schedule too much, whatever the case may be, and then you go back to your old habits. That's what we don't want you doing. So I hope you guys got something good out of this video. I have a video talking about mono fasting, which might be a good complement to this video as well. So go check that out. I'll leave a card for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, the application of knowledge is power. And I will see you all next time.